Welcome to the Girl Means Business podcast. I'm your host, Kendra Swalls. Over the last few years, I have built a business that allowed me to quit my 9-to-5, spend more time with the ones that I love, and live my best life. Now, I'm sharing everything I learned along the way with you. Each week, my guest and I will share actionable tips, tangible advice, and honest conversations to help you build your dream business. So get ready to take notes and put in the work because this girl means business. Hey guys, and welcome back to week 23 of the Girl Means Business podcast. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you 3 simple marketing strategies that you can implement right away. These are 3 things you can start doing today to get your business noticed. Now, I've been looking back through some of our past episodes, and as we are getting further and further into the episodes, I'm starting to notice trends on which episodes y'all are enjoying the most. And the ones that I've seen that you have really been downloading and listening to the most have all been surrounding marketing ideas and social media. So I definitely want to make sure that I'm providing you with the tips and resources that are going to be the most interesting and intriguing to you. So today we're going to talk about 3 marketing things that you can do that are really simple ideas. They're going to be things that you can do while sitting in your car in car line waiting for your kids, or things you can do on your computer quick and easy while your kids are at nap time. Or if you don't have kids and you're working a second job, you can do it on your lunch break or sitting at your desk when your boss isn't looking. You never know. So I wanted to make sure that I provided you with things that are easy and simple to implement. I know we've gone through things like email marketing that takes a little more time and is more of the long game. These are things that might start getting you business and might start getting you noticed a little bit faster. And again, with marketing, it all comes down to mixing and matching. There is no one size fits all. There's nothing you can do one time that's going to get you tons of results. You have to keep playing the game. It's kind of like going to the gym. In fact, it's a lot like going to the gym. As much as I would love to go to the gym once a week and see instant results and know that I've dropped 5 pounds and my stomach's a little bit flatter, I know that's not how it works. I have to go consistently. I have to put in the work to get the benefit out of it. The same goes with your business. If you're expecting to do something one time and have these incredible results, then you're just going to set yourself up for disappointment and frustration. But if you go into it thinking of it more like a marathon than a sprint, then you're going to be a little more mentally prepared for what you're going to be facing in your business. Because as much as I would love to hand you this magical key that unlocks the door to immediate success, it just doesn't exist. But there are definitely things you can do that are going to get you there faster. And the whole point of me sharing everything that I've done in my business and things I've learned from others is to help you sidestep some of those frustrations and disappointments. And real quick before we get into today's 3 topics, I want to remind you of a quick little freebie we're going to have over at the Girl Means Business website. I will link to it in today's show notes, but it's at the bottom of every show notes page, and that is my free marketing guide. There are 5 things in that marketing guide that are going to get you really moving in the right direction for your business with marketing. Only one of them are we going to talk about today. The other 4, you'll have to go and download the guide to figure out what they are. But they are all things that I have done in my business that I have seen incredible results from. And again, they're not necessarily fast fixes, but they're things you can implement. And over time, they're going to have really, really incredible results. So again, if you want to download that free guide, just head over to today's show notes at girlmeansbusiness.com/episode 23. And the link will be right there for you to click on and download your free marketing guide. Okay, the wait is over. Let's jump into today's first marketing tip. Marketing tip number 1 is something I know I'm going to hear some eye rolls when I say this and some sighs, but just bear with me. Marketing tip number 1 is to start a blog. And I know what some of you are thinking, oh my gosh, Kendra, blogging is dead. Blogging is so 2005. But let me tell you why I love blogging and why I think it's a really big part of your marketing plan. For starters, it's super easy to do. You don't have to spend a lot of money or any money at all to start a blog. If you already have a website, you have a place to post your blog. If you don't have a website, then that's a whole other issue we need to talk about. But it's so simple to start a blog, and it doesn't have to be overwhelming. And I know what you're thinking. Number two is that I don't have anything to say, or I'm not a great writer. And guys, I am the worst when it comes to writing. It's not something that definitely comes naturally to me. Like, I have to work at it. And in fact, I have even hired copywriters at times to help me with blog content when I've been so overwhelmed with other things, because I know that it's that important to keep up with my blog. So let's get into why I think you need to start a blog, and then we'll go with how to do it. So for starters, a blog does multiple things. One is it keeps your website current and up to date. So when someone is doing a Google search, you obviously want your website to show up really high in their search results. That's your SEO, your search engine optimization. And one really great way to get your website on the first page of Google is to have a blog with tons of current content. So your website, if you're like most of us, you created your website and it just kind of sits there. You don't do a whole lot to it because the content's already there. You've got your beautiful images, you've got the information you need, it's all laid out the way you want it. And when I was first starting my business, to be honest, I created a website and didn't touch it for almost a year. And what that looks like to Google is it looks like they don't know if you're still in business because you haven't updated your website. So they're not going to be that likely to share your website on a Google search because they don't know if you're still in business. They don't know how active you are because you're not letting them know that your business is relevant by adding new content to your site. When you have a blog attached to your website, you are able to add new content on a regular basis. You're able to add a weekly or a bi-weekly content page with information letting Google know that you're still there. You want to be shown in Google results. You are still relevant. In addition to that, you want to have content that is going to include those keywords. And if you're creating just a website with basic information like your pricing, who you are, what you do, and how to get a hold of you, that's not going to have a ton of your relevant keywords. So you want to make sure that with your blog post, you're adding those keywords in, whether it's through alt text, with your image titles, or in the actual content of the blog. When I go in Google search, or when I have somebody else do it for me and see where my website falls on a Google search for my photography business, I almost always end up on the first or second page, but it's not my website that appears. It is 99.9% of the time a blog post that I have written. So if someone types in Dallas-Fort Worth boudoir photographer, on the first page, you're going to find a blog post that I wrote about what to do with your boudoir photos. So the interesting thing is that my website doesn't appear till about page 4 or 5 most of the time. But those blog posts will appear way higher because they look like they're more relevant. They look newer because they've been added and updated more recently. And they have tons of those keywords, guys. Those keywords are so important because that's what Google is looking at to see how well do your keywords match the keywords people are putting into their Google search. So a blog is a really, really great way to get yourself noticed on Google. It's also a great way to become a resource for your clients. So I've talked about this in the past where I talked about my number one marketing tip, and that is that you need to give to your clients. You need to become an expert in your field so that you are not only sharing about your work, but you're sharing content that your potential clients are going to be interested in. So for example, if you are a fashion blogger, or maybe you own a fashion boutique, then your blog content shouldn't just be about your latest finds or what you've added to your shop. It needs to be something that people are going to want to read. So it could be tips on how to style one outfit 4 different ways, or how to take your daytime outfit to date night, nighttime look, or how to pair the perfect ripped jeans with the latest sweater trends. Whatever it might be, you are the expert in the field of fashion, and you need to be sharing that with your clients. And so that is what you need to write about on your blog. I know that a lot of you listening are photographers, and I've had this asked a lot when I do mentor sessions with photographers, and that is, well, when do I post about my sessions? Because that's, as a photographer starting out blogging, that's what I used to do. I thought, well, I'm blogging my photo shoots that I do. And they weren't getting much traction. And that's because nobody really cares about those except for the people in the photos. And so yes, blog about your sessions because people do want to see that as an extension of your portfolio, but they really want to see what you are able to share with them. Are you able to give them tips or advice or share something, an insider secret with them that's going to make them feel like that they are even that much more prepared when they hire you to work with them? So blogging doesn't have to be overwhelming. It doesn't have to be something you spend a whole lot of time on. It can be super simple. Set aside 1 hour a week to create a new blog post. It doesn't have to be this huge long essay. It needs to be about 400 to 500 words. It needs to have some kind of image. And guys, Canva, I cannot say enough about Canva. I love it. It makes it so easy to create headline images for your blog. Just go in there, choose blog header, add in an image, add in your text, and bam, you're ready to go. And that could even be the only photo you add if you want to. If you are not a photographer, if you are talking about money and finances and you're not going to share photos in your post, then just have a nice header image and then the content below it. Make sure you're including those keywords and make sure that you are sharing that blog post on your social media as often as possible. I suggest with blogs that you post, if you can, once a week. If not, every other week is fine. At minimum, I would say 1 post per month to get you started. And again, if you're not a writer, if content is not your favorite thing, you can always outsource. If you go on places like Fiverr, there are tons of people out there who are copywriters and content creators who would be happy to create content for your blog. Just remember that you want to make sure it sounds like you. You want it to sound like your voice and your brand. So just be careful when hiring somebody else to do it for you. You make sure it's someone that's a really good fit for your business. All right, let's look at tip number 2. Number 2 is all about social media. Social media is a really great, free for the most part, platform to use for sharing your business. It's a great marketing tool for every business owner. In fact, if you own a business, you almost have to be on social media. It's social proof. It lets people know that you are a valid business and it shows them that you are active in sharing content online. So I know that social media can be really frustrating at times. I have been there. It's frustrated me beyond belief at times. And there have been days where I just want to shut it all down and walk away. But I have figured out a way to make social media work for my business and help me get new clients. So what started out as a simple exercise of sorts one day when I was really bored has turned into a marketing strategy that has been really beneficial for my business. And that is to be social on social media. I know, crazy idea, right? Social on social media means that you are doing more than just posting and ghosting. You're not just posting content and then walking away from your social media accounts the rest of the day. You need to be social. You need to go and comment on other people's content, answer people's or reply to people's comments when they comment on yours. If someone likes your post, go and tell them thank you. If you comment on somebody else's post, say something nice, just 1 or 2 things. So one of the Facebook groups that I am in had a challenge recently for this exact purpose. And so each day we were challenged to do something different on social media. One of those was to comment on 10 people's social media content a day. So for example, on day 1, we were asked to find 10 other accounts on Instagram or Facebook and that were similar to our business. So if you're a photographer, we were encouraged to find 10 other photographers and comment on something they had posted. It needs to be a genuine comment. It doesn't need to be, hey, this looks great, because that sounds like a bot. I mean, how many times have we gotten people commenting on our post and you're kind of like, I just posted about something sad and you're giving me a thumbs up sign. That's a little weird. So you want to make sure it's genuine. You want to make sure that you're not just doing it to do it, that you're genuinely doing something because you want to interact with that comment, that post. So find 10 people in your same industry and just comment, like their things, follow them even if you want to. The second day, we did the same thing, but with 10 potential clients. So we went out and found 10 people that we would consider our potential clients, and we liked and commented on one or more of their posts. And again, you can go back into their archives if you want, scroll through their news feeds, and find a post that you feel like you want to interact with. And what I found through doing this was that I started getting people follow me back. I started getting people going, well, who is this person that commented on my post? And they would start looking through my profile, and then they would follow me or comment on something I had done. And it just started this back and forth connection between these people. And I kept doing this over time. So while, this had been done within the Facebook group I was in, I continued to do it a little bit further. And so there was one day I was sitting at the oil change place waiting for my car, and I had like 30 minutes with nothing to do. So I grabbed my phone, and as usual, I would open up like Instagram. And normally I would just scroll through and look at people's stuff that I had that were on my follow list. But this particular day, I decided to search for hashtags that were relevant to my ideal client. And so I searched for those hashtags, and I started finding new people in my area that I thought of as potential clients. And I spent a good 30 minutes just liking, commenting, sometimes sharing the content that they had shared. And what I found was it made an impact. It made people pay attention. It made people go, who is this person? And my followers went up. My interaction on my post went up. And ultimately, I booked some clients from it. So you never know where your next client's going to come from. And if you can spend 10 or 15 minutes a day, or even 10 or 15 minutes a couple days a week, just being social on social media, will be amazed at the response you get. And some people are not going to pay any attention to what you've commented about, or they're just going to walk right past it. But you never know when you find that one page, that one post, you comment, you like, maybe you share it on your Instagram stories if you want to, and you never know when that might turn into something amazing. Whether it's a business connection or a new client, it can never hurt to just be social on social media. So that's my tip number 2, is to be social on social media, which is what social media was intended for anyway. So it can't be that hard, right? Hey guys, real quick, before we get into tip number 3, I want to tell you about the exciting new thing happening over at the Girl Means Business website. We are so close to launching the Business Box. If you haven't heard of the Business Box yet, you need to check it out. If you like things like this episode where I'm giving you tips on how to market your business, then the Business Box is going to be perfect for you. It's a monthly subscription service where you will receive monthly digital boxes full of marketing tools and business tips that you can use to grow your business. It's like a roadmap to success. I always said when I started my business, I wish there was just a plan laid out for me to tell me step 1, step 2, step 3, this is how you make your business succeed. Since it didn't exist, I created it. I think you're really going to love the Business Box. Every month has a different theme. So box 1 is all about social media. It's all about how to build your social media accounts, how to get your name out there, and build authentic connections with your followers. There's so much information in every box that you're going to feel overwhelmed, which is why I spaced it out month by month. I wanted you to have each month to really take it all in, implement it, make it work for your business, and start seeing results. The best thing about the Business Box is that not only do you get your monthly content, you also get access to the Business Box Insiders Facebook group. That's where I'll be sharing seasonal content, extra bonus information, and Q&A sessions. I want to create another community where you can ask questions, get business advice, and just share what's going on in your business with the rest of us. As if that wasn't exciting enough, my favorite part of this Business Box is the Mini Mag. The Mini Mag is a quarterly magazine that will be sent directly to your mailbox. physical mailbox, because who doesn't love getting snail mail? It is the best. So each quarter, you're going to get a seasonal mini mag with guest articles, discount codes for other things you can invest in, and tons of extra physical content that is the companion to the digital content you're getting each month. I cannot wait for you to check out all the awesomeness inside the business box. And because my Girl Means Business people are the bomb, I'm giving you 1 month for free. That means that you get that entire first social media box completely free. And my founding members, the first 100 people who sign up for the business box, will get $10 off each month from here on out. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, you get this content for life. As long as you are a member of the business box, those boxes are in your account for you to refer back to anytime you want. They're not going anywhere. And each time I update them or add new content, it'll be right there for you to access. So head over to today's show notes, girlmeansbusiness.com/episode 23, or go to girlmeansbusiness.com/business-box and go ahead and check it out for free for your first month now. Again, that's girlmeansbusiness.com/business-box. All right, guys, back to today's show. All right, guys, let's dive into tip number 3. So far, tip 1 was starting a blog. Tip 2 was being social on social media. And both of those involve being behind a computer, which is not always fun. So my tip number 3 is to get out and be social in real life. Make connections offline. In the past year or so, I've really made an effort to get out and make connections outside of my online communities. I have set up lunches with other business owners. I've gone to networking events and happy hour events, and I have found things going on in my community that I can be a part of. I've learned that I do really well one-on-one or in small groups. I really don't love big crowds and networking events, but a lot of times I can go and find 1 or 2 people to chat with. And what that has done for my business is it has allowed me to make personal face-to-face connections. I think that's something that a lot of us are craving these days. There's so much of our lives that are spent online that we have really been missing that personal touch, that face-to-face connection with people. So if you're starting a business or if you're growing your business and you want to take it to the next level, then I think your next step is to step away from your computer, get out of your comfort zone, get on some real pants, put on some makeup, and go have lunch with somebody. Go to a happy hour networking event. Set up a dinner date with another business owner. Find ways in your community to make those connections, because while they may not be your direct client necessarily, they might be sharing your name with other people. So it's one thing to make a connection with somebody on social media. Think about all of the social media connections you make in a day. How many times do you see someone's face scroll by in your newsfeed? How many times do you see someone's business name scroll by, but you don't really know that business? If you knew the person behind that business, if you had a personal connection to them, you're going to share their business with somebody. If someone comes to you and says, hey, I am looking for somebody, I need a new hairdresser. I don't love my hairdresser I'm going to, or they've moved away, or I've moved to a new city. I need to find somebody new. Who do you recommend? Of course, you're going to recommend somebody that you personally have a connection with, whether it's a friend, your personal hairdresser, or somebody that you've done business with. You're not likely to go on Facebook and go, let me see who I follow or who follows me that's a hairdresser, because you don't have that connection with them. So it's so important this day and age with all the things that we do online and in social media to make those personal connections. So find ways to get out away from your computer, make friends, make a point to even just have a girls' night. If you have kids that are school age, have a mom's night with some of the other moms in your kids' class. If you have girls' nights events going on around you, go attend one. I have a friend who is a florist, and she's hosting girls' nights where she's helping people design florals for their home. And I'm so excited to go to these because not only do I think it'd be cool to know how to arrange flowers, but I want to go meet people that I don't know. I want to meet people outside of my circle of friends. I want to meet people that are friends of friends of friends because, again, you never know when your next client's going to come from. So get out from your computer screen, go make friends, join a networking group, just go have lunch with somebody. You never know what it's going to do for your business. All right, guys, so for a summary, you have 3 new marketing tips you can start using right now. You can start a blog or increase how often you're blogging currently. You can get social on social media, commenting, liking, and sharing other people's content and interacting with them online. And the third thing is get outside from behind your computer screen and make some real in-life, face-to-face connections. I guarantee if you start implementing these in the next few weeks, you're going to start seeing that your business grows, you feel better about yourself, you're not stuck in this world behind a computer screen constantly spinning your wheels, and you're going to grow your business. It's just going to happen. And I know it might seem trivial, it might seem weird at first or awkward or uncomfortable, but the more you do something, the more comfortable it becomes and the more second nature it is to your business. All right, guys, that does it for this week. I'm really making a point to try to keep these short and sweet because I know that you don't all have time to listen to an hour-long episode every week. So this week's episode is a little bit shorter just so that you can make sure you're listening on the go. And again, if you have not subscribed, make sure you do so and don't forget to leave me a review. One last reminder, while I've given you 3 amazing tips today, I have even more free marketing advice for you over on today's show notes. So head over to girlmeansbusiness.com/episode 23 and download your free marketing guide today. All right, guys, you have a wonderful week. I will see you right back here next week, same time, same place. If you loved today's episode, don't forget to click the subscribe button so you never miss when a new episode goes live. Then head over to iTunes and leave a quick review to let other people know just how much you loved it. Thanks, ladies. See you next week.